Hi guys, so yes, you have you here, and a theory has been brought up a lot ever since, the last book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, came out. And especially at the end of part 2 when the movie came out, is when it was revealed Harry is a Horcux, a crucifix, whatever. Thing is that me fans to this day still wondered, okay, how come the living crucifix that's within Harry's body have not activated, or at least taken over. And even though I'm not saying it properly, but let's go along with it. I mean, for many years we actually see how similar Harry and Thoery is. Besides, the talking snakes, they both live in terrible lifestyles. And at the same time, we see that Harry is almost going to Slytherin, and there are several ways that we actually see that Harry is almost closely related to Thoery. But then, at the same time, we see the effects of the crucifixes, that how they can actually hurt a person. Like, heck, it's even theorized that that Kreacher, the house elf, may have actually been mean and cruel to all the family members, probably due to the fact that he was carrying around the Slytherin locket. But I ironically have a theory as to why Harry have not been corrupted by the crucifix that's within him. Besides the fact that, it's just a tiny percentage of Voldemort. But hey, we actually see how powerful Voldemort can be. It is shown in the Order of the Phoenix, as Voldemort is going through power, and that through the anger and hate that grew within Harry, was able to unlock Voldemort, and heck, Voldemort was even able to possess Harry at that moment. And ironically, the main reason why is, unfortunately, it's the Dursleys. Guys, I dislike them so much. But let me explain why. Despite the fact that they have basically been pronounced as this family that actually have been corrupted, but I'm sorry to say this to super Charlin brothers who basically have said that, it's a proven fact that Harry is a crucifix and he basically made the reasons why the Dursleys like this. No. This goes beyond this. Here's the thing. The Dursley points out several times, it's even stated in the book several times, they prefer their lives to be normal. They would like to be known as those people that walk down the street, and you can put down and say, oh my gosh, look, that's Vernon, Petunia Dursley, and the son Dudley Dursley. Look, they look like a perfect, happy family. And they love that idea, and they built it on so much that even Petunia still to this day refused to even say anything about Lily. She doesn't even tell people she has a sister. So when people say, oh, do you happen to have any family? Oh no, I'm an only child. She will deliberately state out that she does not even want to think about her sister. She hates Harry's mom, his origins, to the point where she hates it. That she is jealous. But besides that, let's focus on the reason why. My theory is mostly Horcux syndrome. When everyone's growing up, at a point you cannot help but want to please the people you love. Heck, Harry is so desperate for love that it is literally drilled into his head every day that he should be grateful. And that even though it never once is mentioned in the books, I have read fan fictions of how Harry may or may not have run away just to have his memory wiped and brought back to the Dursleys. But it's not stated that much. All we know is that Harry prefers to be happy, and that, heck, it even kind of states in the first book that Harry cannot wrap around his mind that he is a wizard when Hagrid confronts him and tells him that he's a wizard. He's like, well, it can't be. I'm just Harry. I'm just me. And even when Harry defends himself by saying that, well, he's not stupid, that he knows math and stuff. He doesn't say, oh, I'm smarter than the Dursleys. He says, basically, he believes it so much to the point that he wants to be loved. And that he even sees himself as an outcast. And that love is strong so much that, ironically, it hollers out the blood wards, which was brought up and stated in the freaking books 2 times, which, may I point out, that it has been stated a couple of times that it's dark magic, and it's reflected badly. And it's strange that, heck, even to the point that, here's the thing, the Dursleys only keep Harry there to ensure their safety. And that, far that Petunia knows, is that even though she is taking care of a savior, and they could basically use Harry for fame, they prefer it to be normal. In fact, they literally drill that to the point where they do try to let Harry know that it's not normal, and they call that freaks. Even when Vernon Dursley states it so, says it in a sentence out loud in the book, didn't we agree when we were going to bring Harry in that we were going to stomp out this nonsense, that they weren't going to accept it? But Harry, in his hindsight, figured that, hey, as long as he tries acting normal, that he was going to gain recognition and love for that. Now, I'm sure what you guys are thinking. Okay, so even though Harry's been in denial about being abused by his family, how does this have anything to do with the crucifixes not basically possessing him or corrupting him? Well, let's think back in the 5th book and or movie, when Harry is almost being possessed by Voldemort. Harry remembers all the good times he has with friends and the relationship that he has with Sirius before he dies. But then Harry compares that with Voldemort, because he basically hears Voldemort says out of his own mouth in year 2 that he was born of a squib-like mom and a muggle dad who basically abandoned him, and that he does live in an orphanage, which states within the memory, to his own thought that he would never be loved. And he did believe that he was better than everyone else there. He believed that he was better than the muggle world. And here's the thing, no wonder, if you clearly think back to the time when Voldemort was born, it was during freaking World War II. He was raised during in World War II, where basically Britain is being attacked, bombed by Germany, while the Americans were basically going over their problems. So it's no wonder that during that time everyone was miserable, they were looking for a scapegoat, and that unfortunately was Tom Riddle. Now, of course, besides the fact that Harry did not know what year Voldemort was born in, he does basically feel sad for Voldemort. And he says, I feel bad for you because you don't know friendship, you don't know love. And that rejects him to the point which it disgusts Voldemort. And I believe to that point that Harry does contain love. And it wasn't until after when Harry does get accepted into Hogwarts that he does gain friends. He makes friends with Hagrid, he makes friends with Ron, Hermione. He shares, I guess, a neutral relationship with other schoolmates and his teachers. And then he does build on more relationships. And that becomes a powerful bond so strong that it basically conceals the crucifix within Harry. and that basically it keeps rejection until the Voldemort finally gains back to power in the fourth book in the Goblet of Fire. And it does keep growing and developing into his fifth year. And once Voldemort is rejected, Voldemort does somewhat, I believe, creates a small barrier, which he knows, heck, anytime he can possess Harry, but at the risk of feeling that positivity. Voldemort does not want to feel positive, folks. He wants to reject it. In fact, as he grows into power, we do see how powerful the crucifixes can be, as long as they're within grasp. But I know what you think. Okay, but what about Crutcher? He's been holding on to that crucifix for years. But remember this. Crutcher lived in a dark, magic-grown, whistling house, which had several dark artifacts. Dang, that thing is so strong. I mean, like, hello. It contained a music box that could hypnotize you to the point where the bad guy can come up and smack you in the head or kill you without even noticing. So basically, that's my theory. Tell me what you guys think. Why didn't the crucifix try to possess Harry early on? Let me know down below. And heck, if you guys have a better theory, put it down, or make a video and link it up. Heck, I'm sure there's other fans that would love to hear your theories too.